All right, let's face it, many people start Shopify dropshipping and soon realize that's actually too expensive. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to be successful with Shopify dropshipping even when the money gets tight. What's going on? Braden here. So today we're actually gonna talk about a topic that's not frequently talked about with Shopify dropshipping. I've been asked many times, how do you start Shopify dropshipping with very little to no money? And I've made videos covering that. That's not exactly what we're gonna be talking about today. We're actually gonna be talking about money if you've actually started Shopify dropshipping, you might already be getting sales, but you're quickly running out of money. This video idea actually came from someone who DM'd me and essentially said that they actually have some successful products, they're getting sales, they have sales all throughout the week, but they don't actually have enough money to keep their ads running throughout the weekend. And I found this to be a very big problem and a very popular problem among a lot of people starting with Shopify dropshipping is they'll be able to actually get started having sales, they're at least at the break-even point, but they can't even keep their ads running because they don't have that extra bit of money. So I'm going to reveal to you 5 different ways, some of them being common sense ways and others being some more kind of hacks on how to actually get past this to where you can actually start really banking a lot of money and be very successful with Shopify dropshipping. But before we get into it, if you guys could please do me a huge favor, please help the engagement on this video by smashing that like button down below. Of course, hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here to help you guys become successful at making money online. Definitely leave a comment down below. A lot of the video ideas come from the comments down in the comment section. I answer all questions within the first hour of the video uploaded. All right, so let's get into it. So first I want to go ahead and cover why you don't want to turn ads off besides the obvious reason of you wouldn't be making money during the days that the ads are actually off. So a lot of people think you can just go ahead and turn your Facebook ads off and then when you actually have the money to turn them back on, you just turn them back on and everything goes back to normal. That's not always the case. A lot of times when you turn ads off for an extended period of time and as little as one day, it can completely change the future of those ads, completely change the performance of those ads. Many times if you go ahead and you turn ads off for a day or more, it can destroy those ads. It can go ahead and completely change the ad ID and the performance and the optimization of those ads. So with that being said, if you have any performing ad sets, any successful ads, you don't want to turn those off and you don't want to make any drastic changes to those ads. And that's a big mistake I see a lot of beginners make. They'll go ahead and make too drastic of a change, or they'll run out of money essentially to keep that ad running because they might have underperforming ads eating up their budget. And then it essentially just destroys that performing profitable ad set. So we're gonna talk about 5 different ways how to start making that bank to where you don't have to turn off your ads for a day or a weekend or whatever. So the first point is a very obvious point, but it's one that a lot of beginners mess up on, and that's essentially you have to be frugal in the beginning. So a lot of people that start Shopify dropshipping have a main job and they're starting dropshipping as a side hustle, hopefully trying to take it to where it's their main business. And if that's you, this is where I've talked many times about when is the appropriate time to leave your job. When I started dropshipping, I was a full-time firefighter and a paramedic, and I was creating my dropshipping business on the side, and I had a very strategic time and when I decided to step away from firefighting to be a full-time entrepreneur. And you definitely need to make a wise decision with this. In the very beginning, and this goes with pretty much every business you go into, whether it be dropshipping or another business model, you want to take as little out of the business as possible. A lot of times I see beginners, as soon as they start making money, any profit they have, and with some unwise people, even not profit, any money they have coming in, they'll go ahead and take from the business. And this will quickly eat up any extra cash you have and cash that you need down the line. So not only would you want some extra funds set aside for keeping your ads running, say through the weekend, but then also a lot of people don't save in case they have any PayPal holds or Shopify payment holds or any payment processor holds. You want to have some money set aside in case of that. I've seen many successful people essentially get hit with a hold or reserve on their funds in the very beginning, but because they were smart and saved all the profits in the beginning, they had enough money to carry them through the hold period, whether that was 3 months, 6 months, whatever it was for that certain payment processor. You want to go ahead and save in the beginning. I know it's not fun. and it's not kind of the popular method. A lot of times beginners getting into this want to go ahead and spend their money. You need to go ahead and have a rainy day fund, and you need to save in the beginning, and this will help you get to the point that you don't have to ever turn off ads. All right, point number 2 is very, very, very important, and this is something that not many people do, and that's really, really focusing on increasing your store's conversion rate. In the beginning, when people get their store set up, a lot of times the focus just becomes on testing products and then testing new ads, and yes, you need to do that. But one of the biggest ways you can go ahead and go from break even to really profitable is by increasing your store's conversion rate. One of the last few videos I talked about split testing, I covered this in great detail, and I've seen many people go from very break even with okay products to them being very profitable with just those okay products because they had really focused on boosting up their store's conversion rate. So one of the biggest things to look at the very beginning is, of course, cleaning up the homepage. A lot of times I go onto someone's store to do a store review and the homepage looks like a complete mess. There's no trust, nothing like that. People will actually go from your product page to your homepage many times. You want to go ahead and look on your Google Analytics, see where people are actually going throughout your store and see where they're bouncing from. Many times when I go on people's Google Analytics and I look at people I'm mentoring, a lot of times people are bouncing straight from the homepage, and it's because there's something wrong with the homepage. So you want to start there, look and see how can you go ahead and increase the trust of your homepage and get the customer to want to buy into your brand. And this is where you need to go ahead, look at non-drop shipping businesses, look at very successful inventory held businesses and brands, ones that have been around for a while, very successful ones. Look and see how their homepages look. Look and see what they've done. Yes, a lot of times they have custom built websites, all of that. You're not going to be able to create a complete lookalike business, but you want to go ahead and have inspiration from that and see what they're doing right and see how you can improve your store. Many, many, many times I go on someone's store and they literally just threw together something, and they might have a really good product, but they're only at break even because their conversion rate is not that good. The next thing you want to look at obviously is with your product pages. You want to go ahead, make sure to look and see if there's any way that you could beef up the product description or the images used. You want to go ahead and try to increase the conversion rate of the product page itself. Split test the apps on your store. Some apps decrease conversion rate, some will increase conversion rate. You want to go ahead and split test certain apps to see if you can increase that. The whole point is if you are very, very tight on money and you're close to break even, or you're at break even, or you're just past break even, but the point is you're not making a lot of money to go into the weekends having somewhat of a bank to keep your ads running, you need to go ahead and look for ways to increase your conversion rate, because that could be literally the trick to start making that bank, and then it piles up over time. Number 3, you should go ahead and try split testing ads. Many times I'll go ahead and I'll do a coaching call with someone and I'll see that they have some pretty good ads running, but they could definitely make them better. And they need to go ahead and split test and see, if they're using an image ad, try using a video ad, see if that performs better, or vice versa, video to image. Or if you have an image ad that's working well, go ahead and try different images, see if those work better. Split test the ad copy, split test the different interests being used, the different targeting, different lookalike audiences. Go ahead and try split testing. You want to have your ad be as high converting as possible with the lowest cost per conversion. Once you get that, your conversion rate obviously is going to increase. So if you're just at break even, you could go ahead and now really, really split test your ads to make it to where they're even more profitable. A big tip here, if you're just at break even, you're having trouble going into the weekend with the bank, is to go ahead and really, really clean up ads. This is where you're going to need to be a little bit more frugal with your ads and not be testing as intensely until you have a bigger bank. Once you have a bigger bank, you can go ahead and start a lot of new campaigns, a lot of new ad sets all the time, because you have the money to go ahead and test very quickly. But when you're in the beginning and you're trying to essentially start building up a bank to carry you through the weekend so you never have to turn off ads, you want to go ahead and have only your high performing ads running at a time, with maybe experimenting with only a couple at a time, because any non-performing ad or any ad you're testing that you don't know if it's going to perform, that could be really, really draining your ad budget. The 4th tip is very, very obvious, but a lot of people just don't really focus on this. They start getting shiny object syndrome once they start having sales with one product. Is many times if you're just at break even or you're just past break even, you might need to find better products. Now this should be something that you're always going for and you're always testing to find new products. But if you have a product that's making pretty consistent sales, that's where I would go ahead and start with trying to boost up your store's conversion rate or split testing the ads to see if you can make it better. But many times a certain product might just be an okay product, might be a product that you can only get just past break even with it. You want to go ahead and find those golden winners that even with not the best store set in place, not the best ads, it still sells like crazy. Now those golden winners are definitely harder to find. We don't want to only have our business built around golden winners because that leaves us at greater risk. We want to have stores set in place that even with okay products, we're making money. But that is the point with a lot of people. A lot of people need to find those better products that will sell much better. The fifth tip I have for you actually helped me big time in the beginning. And that sometimes it makes sense to actually niche down even further and create a whole separate store around that certain product. So if you have a product that is just at break even or just past break even, many times you'll want to go ahead and niche down around that. So this actually happened with me in the beginning. One of my very first stores was a mid-level niche store, but it was actually very close to a general store. And I found a product that was working decently well, but I was just past break even with it, nothing big. As soon as I decided to go ahead and create a separate store around that one product and actually create a niche store that only sold those type of products, that one product instantly became one of those golden winners. So this is how you'll see too that you'll find many products that are selling amazingly well with certain stores, and then you'll test it and won't do anything with your store. That's many times because you need to have the brand built around that product, or a brand that at least serves that product much better. Not only will you increase the consumer trust of the store to go ahead and buy from you and really have that product and brand married together well, but this is where upsells and cross sells will really come into play. And once you increase your average order value, that literally right there can be the trick to, if you're having trouble going into the weekend and being able to keep your ads running, that could be the trick to keeping them going all the time right there. Increasing your average order value is one of the biggest tips that if you're struggling on keeping your ads up and actually starting to make a bank, increasing your average order value, and by many times doing that with cross sells and upsells, that could be the golden ticket right there. So I hope you guys found some value in this video. This is definitely more of a niche topic. Not everybody experiences this, but definitely some people experience being at break even or just past break even and not being able to ever build a bank and really get profitable. And these 5 tips right here, if you really go through and focus on each 5, find out where your holes are, find out where you can make the biggest improvements. These right here can really help you. One of my first businesses, this was literally the trick right here, especially point number 5, creating a niche store around it and really focusing on increasing the average order value. If you increase the average order value, that helps every business by a lot. So definitely go ahead, focus on this. But if you found value in this video, please go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I'm here to answer any questions you guys might have. I want to go ahead and do a Q&A for y'all soon, so definitely start leaving your questions down below. Leave it with Q&A attached to it so I know to include it for that video. But keep grinding, y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.